Hi guys, alright, we're just gonna jump right into the reading. Okay, sorry. So first thing is Seven of Swords in the reverse, and I feel like you guys have broken spells or contracts from the past. Some of you guys were still serving out karma and different things like from chapters from the past, like let's say you guys got into some trouble years ago and you guys have been on like DOC or probation, or you've had fines, you've had debt. Some of you guys are paying off debt. Some of you guys are paying off even just like ancestral karma. Some of you guys have been just in relationships too, in binds and bonds. Honestly, where the contracts have been broke. And what I mean by contract, the energy that I'm feeling is an emotional contract. Like, even though some of you guys might have been paying on things, well, honestly, some of you guys, I do hear that you've paid off bills. Some of you guys have paid off debt, and some of you guys have actually gotten through emotional stuff, and some of you guys are no longer married. There's a few different things going on here. You're feeling wonderful about yourself right now. We have the star here, and this is a really good energy. You just are finally just feeling so relieved and good. Whatever it is that you broke out of, honestly, has been the thing on your mind for so long that you have been wanting to nip in the bud. Like, you were just like, man, this thing is just, it is the problem that you have been thinking about for this longest time. And it is, oh my gosh, now that it is out of your freaking life and taken care of and resolved. Ooh, some of you guys even didn't go to jail. Dude, straight up, dude, I've heard that. Some of you guys are not going to jail. Whatever it is, dude. This whole thing right here, game changer. Page of Wands in the reverse and Five of Wands in the reverse. This is great. You're not messing with anybody that's coming up as a page. You don't even want fives. And you know what? This is a big deal for you because you've been at a level 5 with the skill of a level 10. I've been picking up on it all week. I even asked somebody out of nowhere, pick a number between 1 and 10 this week, and they did tell me 5, ironically. And I said, that's a great number. I said, I think you should maybe think about being a number 9. Because when you're at the 9 of Cups, you are fulfilled in your life, you're fulfilled in your career, you're fulfilled in yourself, you're feeling really confident, and at that time in your life, you're not looking for love. You're available, and you are somebody that is worthy and capable of loving somebody correctly, but by the time you get to a 9, you're no longer looking for it. And that is the interesting thing, because when we're at a 5 and when we're at a page, we're constantly looking for things that would make our life better. And we're not looking inwardly and realizing how much power we have to change. We have all the power. We have to see ourselves as the thing that is the best without being cocky, because if you're looking outwardly and you think anything outside of yourself is going to make your life better, what's going to happen if you lose it? What's going to happen if you break up? What's going to happen if you think this amazing car is going to make everything better and you crash it? You're with this person and you guys go through a divorce, just like this is saying. You guys probably thought at the beginning of that relationship that things were going to be great. We all do. The truth is at the end of the day, this is chocolate milk and it's my favorite. That at the end of the day, everything on this earth that you could touch or see will come and go. And that is the point of a higher power. That's the point of the higher power, 100%, because your spirit and your soul is connected to energy in the higher power. And when you are truly connected with yourself and the divine and the higher power, and you have that sense of like real confidence in yourself, you have that love for yourself, then nobody can take that from you. Yeah, things may not always go the way that you expected it to go, and people can hurt you, and it will hurt you. People that die, it hurts me a lot, but I have to remember that, there's so many different things, to get through it each and every day, and that's what you're doing. And you're not messing around with anybody, honestly, that's not on that level. You want to be around people that are at least at the same understanding, if not smarter than you. You're okay with being in the same room as people that are learning. But that's the thing about what you're wanting, is that you only want to be around people that want to change, want to learn, want to improve, want to make a difference. When you see anybody in your life now, after everything that you've experienced and understand now, you're not going to find that attractive. You're not going to date the same type of people. You're not going to want to hang out with the same kind of friends. Like, basically, you're going to hear things that just sound fucking you're just like, oh man, like, I don't want. You're going to know where those people are in their life, and you're just not going to mess with it. I also do want to tell you, guess what's going to happen to you? People want to marry you. People are very into you right now. I do got to be right back. I don't know where my dog is. I got to make sure. Well, I'm screwed. She done ran away. This chick acts like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I'm not even kidding you, dude. You should see her. The lady down at the bottom of the hill, though, is a cop caller. And she tried calling Animal Patrol on my dog because, I'm not going to lie, my dog has a German Shepherd boyfriend, okay? He is pretty fine. This dog came over to my house and literally impregnated my dog. Do you know how many puppies she had? 11. And I had to birth them all. And as a puppy delivery doctor, you don't really know how many puppies are going to keep coming out. And I wasn't prepared. I don't do bodily fluids, but I am a good person somewhere in there. Like, I am not for the medical field. I delivered 11 puppies and obviously went and got her fixed. And I was wondering, how dogs are. Do they just like screw somebody and then dip out, when they get pregnant? No. Do they leave their girlfriend if they get fixed? No. This dog truly likes my dog. He still comes over all the time. He'll be literally out of nowhere just staring at me through the window, staring at me through the door. Sometimes I'm just like relaxing, minding my own business, and in the shadows of the night I can see something outside of my freaking window. It is her boyfriend. Anyways, they tried calling the police and saying that sometimes they would walk around the neighborhood and that they were both my dogs, apparently. And they used the term shepherds. Luckily, my dog's not a shepherd. She's a boxer. So I scared them away. And I said, "You got the wrong house, sir. My dog is no shepherd." And they looked at her and they realized that she wasn't a shepherd and apologized, actually. But I knew what they were talking about. Anyways, that happened. So, like I said, marriage is in the cards. True love is in the cards. I do want to tell you that. It's happening for you guys. Plain and simple. Like, for those of you guys who are not looking for love, and those of you who are not, I'm hearing never married, because I just heard, honestly, some of you guys have been married and that's not something that you're interested in ever again. That's fine. But I'm talking to the people out there that have never been married yet and honestly are still daydreaming about it. I've never been married and I dream about it, and I'm not in a hurry to, but I would like to be in a wedding dress before I turn 80. But anyways, I do see that happening for you guys, and I'm really happy for you. Another thing I see coming in here is a sneaky person. You have the whole world right here as the ending card. I do want to see what this is about. I see that you have marriage, you have broken contracts. Some of you guys actually are going to get out of a marriage and then you will meet another person and remarry, but this will be your true love, and the sneaky person honestly could be your person from the past, because you've been turning them down. And I see that also some of you guys might get a job promotion, and you, this person may think, at first you're not as serious as you are about leaving them, or this, you guys might break ties with somebody who does not take you as seriously as you're being. And I think that, especially when you guys make this promotion or get this money, this person's going to come in and act pretty much like they used to, and it's not going to go at all the same. You're just going to be like, no, I literally do not. And I did this last night. I said that some of you guys actually are leaving your person behind because you started to see that whoever it was that you were messing with was actually truly like a faulty person, like in their soul. And you were there with this person this whole time because you felt sorry for them. You actually believed that they were suffering. You had heard all these things that they had went through, and they basically fooled and manipulated you. And then what happened over time was that this person did all those same things to you too. And so you were just putting two and two together. And you were like, oh my gosh, like you were actually whack. In not whack in like a psychotic way. This person's like whack in like a manipulative, freaking scandalous, just fake way. Like the things that I'm hearing this person would say happened to them, like, were so personal and very freaking terrible and deep. And you're finding out honestly, like, they were lying. They were lying. Like, if they said, oh, this person did this terrible thing to me, and like all these years they've put on a show or told a story, and you really truly like feel sad for them. That's why you've been giving them so much slack. That's why you have placed understanding on their weird and completely inappropriate behaviors. This person has also used this as an excuse this whole time for why they do these things. And even worse, you've been told by everybody that they knew and everybody that knows you, this person is not being true to you. They're not being real. Nobody even that you know has believed the things that they said, and you've heard from their own friends and family, and you have remained by their side. You've lost friends and family and given up a lot to be by this person, and basically what I see is that you've actually had a discovery recently, and you're moving forward. And because you always truly loved this person, love is always available for you. I do think you need to heal, and you will. You will. Love isn't coming immediately after. You got a few steps to go. First things first, you're getting yourself out of this contract, which will then in return free you and make you feel like the star. But I do see that you do have the whole world ahead of you, and this person's energy will very much be in your future and in your present for could be up to years, you know what I mean? Especially since it's like you're going to be carrying all of the trauma that they expressed to you, like, and you're going to be a little bit fearful now about trusting people and letting them get close to you. So make sure that you don't harden up and start fearing any of that, because you are an amazing person. And if you are able to just move forward and definitely research or get counseling, get the help that you need. I didn't always go to counseling, but I did do a lot of research on mental health and the brain and psychology and how people think and act. Things that I had seen, witnessed, went through, and didn't understand. You can just Google and it'll pull up different behaviors about how they act, how you've seen them act, things that they might have said, what they were doing behind your back, what you could have been doing that would have prevented you from either noticing it or even encouraging it. And at the very last, it tells you how to cope with it properly. And that's really what it comes down to here, guys. Don't be too hard on yourself, because you know what? We don't always make the choice to leave immediately after a red flag. But that's basically that moment that you see or feel in your heart that it's time to break up. Those were the times that the universe was letting us know. And you know what? It's okay. We're not always strong enough at the time. And we're also believers that people can change at the time. And we also want people to change at the time. We believe that we can help people change. And then when you mature, you start to realize that we're not here to change people. We're here to see where people are at in their life and in their maturity, and we could lead by example. We can offer advice, we can encourage people, but to tell people that they need to be a certain way, or that, whatever it is, it's just a waste of time. So as you gain maturity and wisdom, you'll start to be able to recognize red flags and cut ties and set boundaries a little bit more each time. And if you are in a situation where you're feeling like that, that's the lesson, and that's what you need to work on doing. We can't make life any better, and until we start acting on what it is that we want. wanting it and talking about it and bitching about things that we don't have or things that are not going right in our life is not forward movement. It's actually negative energy you're putting out into the universe, and it's not proactive. If you recognize something, you have to challenge yourself. How much self-respect do you have? How many boundaries do you have? And how truly motivated for change are you? Because complaining about it, or even having it done to you, especially after you notice it's not okay, is no longer being a victim. You're only a victim until you don't know what's happening. Once you realize, like, oh my gosh, this is not okay, that saying right there alone is you stepping out of victim mentality and recognizing behavior. And you can go ahead and go back into your little corner over here and want to whine and say, oh, this isn't happening the way I want it, and this person's being mean, and they cheated on me, and that's why I'm so mad. What are you going to do about it? Some of you guys did something about it. Now, don't let it bring you down. And again, just research coping skills, healing skills, and the proper way to deal with a breakup, because there are certain ways that you should deal with a breakup and should not. So look up, how should I properly handle the first year after a breakup? And it'll tell you little tips and tricks about how to heal and become whole again, and how to recognize good love from bad love in the future, okay? And you can also research, how do I get over my ex? How do I set boundaries with my ex? How do I understand the fights my ex and I were having? Why are, understand. And you don't need anybody to help you. It's actually very frustrating when you're working with somebody, especially somebody that hurt you, trying to resolve something, understand something. There's a lot of bickering and going back and forth. You guys can actually gain all of this knowledge from research on the internet now, and just think, does that sound like my situation? And when this person and you are both ready to communicate, if ever, you will come together and do that. And when you guys do try to talk, if in any moment it becomes immature, heated, or unhealthy, say, you know what, I appreciate trying to talk with you, but I actually think I'm going to go, and I hope you have a great day. You don't even have to say, I hate talking to you. You don't have to say nothing. You don't have to cut ties and ignore your exes. I'm friends with all of my exes, and every time I have one of these like realizations, I try to really reach out and say, I am so sorry for treating you that way. I really truly did not understand at the time, and I just want you to know, like, I am so sorry for making you feel like that, because this person, that person, whoever, they could honestly still have like wounds and their own confusion. Maybe some things that we say, really break people and hurt them, and just think to yourself, like, about anything you remember somebody saying that really cut deep in your heart. And I want you to just think, like, how would it make your life different? How do you know that person would reach out and say, I'm so sorry, I was really going through a lot at that time, and I never met any of that about you. You were such a great husband. You were such a great wife. And, I was struggling because, I didn't tell you, but my parents abused me, and, when I was little, and I had never healed from it. I never dealt with it, or this or that. And just like really helping somebody that you really hurt understand, it's the same as what you would expect. So I love you guys, and just know that every day you will get smarter and more wiser and beautiful and capable. And if you really want to change and you really want to see change, the first step is understanding what you're looking at. All right? You cannot make anything different, or even more important, you make anything different. But if you want it to be correct and you want it to be better, you need to understand the best procedure to go. There's many procedures, but what is going to get you the best outcome? What outcome are you looking for? Do you know? Because there's 15, and it's like going through mystery door. So just make sure that you're really thinking deeply on this next chapter about the best outcome and a plan, and you will accomplish it.